I'm trying to get all the chair squeaks out of the way so that we can move on and progress through the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Thank you for tuning in live on YouTube. I assume you've watched today's video. It was posted over in the other channel, youtube.com/Chris Pirillo, and it was all about the iPhone killer being, well, you've got to watch the video. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Suffice it to say, a few of you, have been paying attention. We got quite a fair amount of solid engagement. So far, so good. I believe it's going to be one of the top engaged videos this week that's not related to the Pixel. I apologize for being a few minutes late. If you are tuned in live, I had to watch Jedi as Diana did something. It's what we do. We tag team parenting. It's not like, we're, the parents against the child kind of tag team where, you do like a pile driver. That's a bad idea. Diana did that to me once, and I've never been the same ever since. So, thank you for tuning in live. I do want to welcome all of my patrons and all of my Twitch subs. It's easy to become one. As a matter of fact, Speeding Cheetah today, reminded me I need to find a Chitara figure. Wasn't that her name from Thundercats? Thundercats! Ho! Chitara? Because she saw a picture of Chitara in a book of female geeks, or geeky females, that she could look up to, females that aren't necessarily princesses, apart from Princess Leia, or a Queen Amidala. And so I thought I'd try to find either a vintage Chitara. I want to say that was her name. I remember Lionel. I remember Panthro? And Snar. Why do these things stick in my head? Better than sticking in my craw, I can tell you that much right now. So again, if you want to become a patron, head over to patreon.com/Chris Pirillo, like Suze Polo and Tony Yoon are. I believe that you may also be, these two, since they're showing up in orange, may also be Twitch subscribers. Head over to twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo and sign up. And it's easy to do, and then you can join chat. I put all the instructions there on the Twitch profile in case you were curious. Just read the instructions. That's the thing. Like, I will write something or say something, and then inevitably no one will read it. Like, I'll even say in a video, like, read the video description, and no one reads it. And then they ask the question that was answered in the video description. There's nothing in today's video description. Absolutely nothing. So don't even bother to look. You'll find nothing there. Maybe a link or two. That might be helpful. I know why you don't read the description, though, because it's, being obscured by that thumbs up button. Have you seen it? It's a button that looks like this. Some people don't have the thumbs up button. I think that's the only explanation that it doesn't get used a lot. This live video already had one dislike, though, before I even did anything. I'm like, really? Oh, ye of little faith. Let me fail first, and then you can dislike it. Everyone else, you are more than welcome to like. So let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling with some questions. Believe it or not, I did not watch Voltron when I was substantially younger, maybe once or twice, and I didn't get it. I got it, but I also didn't get it. I also watched, what was it, Silverhawks? I got those two confused. And I know I shouldn't confuse them, but it was very strange to me. The Last Sith in Discord chat asks, I just picked up the Google Wi-Fi mesh network system. Have you used any mesh network routers? Have not. Outright. In fact, I'm currently in between wireless solutions, looking for something else. And Google may be an option, certainly. You might remember I did a look-see of one years ago. Google, at one time, sent me the unit to take a look at. I did the video, and then they asked me to send it back. Reason number 74... as to why Chris does not like chasing down review units. Often they'll have you send it back, which is not a big deal if you didn't want it, but like if you're going to use it on a regular basis, you can't. So thanks again for everybody who might be backing me on go.tagjag.com/device fund. I think we're up to 22 people now, 22 people backing, with almost 100 people subbing to me on Twitch. Not necessarily 100 people in chat outright right now, but CatMeCat86 in Discord chat asks, do you like the Ewok movies? Yeah, they were okay. I'd like to see if I can get Jedi to sit down and watch one, although I remember them being very boring even when I was younger and really, really into Star Wars. Like right now I'm just really into Star Wars. When I was younger it was really, really. That's the whole explanation of how I'm different now than I was back then. David Stevens, despite being a patron, has come in with the first super chat. Just to say first, indeed, David, you were first. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Very, very simple to do. You press the little button there on YouTube, and I know, like, y'all are using YouTube right now because I can see at least 67 of you are watching currently. I know this is a little earlier than I normally broadcast live, so I didn't mean to throw everybody off because I think we found a sweet spot in terms of a time range for when best to live broadcast apart from on the weekends. But I feel that, I need to push through a certain task after we wrap up with TLDR, and then after this, doing the live podcast recording on twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. As I mentioned, in earlier TLDR broadcasts, this is Pixel Week. I believe, let's see, it's currently en route, but last night it said it would be here today. And today, it says it'll be here tomorrow. So, I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe. What should I believe in? Who should I believe in? I don't have an answer to the question. But stay tuned, because if it does get here tomorrow and I don't have a phone call impeding the live stream, I will be live streaming the unboxing of the Pixel 2. And then I'll do back-to-back. I'll do a live stream of the Pixel 2 XL unboxing. So I'll do 2 live videos tomorrow at least in the Chris Pirillo YouTube channel. I got to do them separately because, they're different phones. They're the same, but they're different. I'm not going to do initial impressions outright. Or maybe I will kind of trip through the setup, basic setup. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but they will likely be lengthy live streams tomorrow. YouTube.com/Chris Pirillo. And I know you're subscribed to that channel. It's very rare that you find people subscribed to this channel to watch TLDR. Not everybody likes watching live videos with me. Tony Yoon asks a question about my somewhat negative review of the V30 in relation to T-Mobile offering it as a review unit. I've got it right here. And if I hated it, do you think I'd be holding it right now? It's not hate. It's just criticism. So I don't know. I don't know why they think I was hating it or having a negative review. It's not a negative review. It's just an honest review. There's a lot to like, and there's a lot not to necessarily appreciate as much. But T-Mobile, to their credit, has never really put strings on the reviews. I mean, they know how I've felt about certain experiences in the past, and they've been very, very open about working with me in that capacity. I still intend on working with any carrier that would want to be able to surface review units on a regular basis, or any sponsor or any opportunity to take a look at this. Because otherwise, I guarantee I would not have the LG V30 right now. So they appreciate the fact that I'm able to talk about it. They appreciate the fact that I'm really close to their headquarters being here in Seattle. And I know that they've got some other phones coming down the pike that I'd like to take a look at, that otherwise I wouldn't be able to take a look at. So Kenneth Arithan in YouTube chat openly here asks, Chris, have you been following, or he has been following, my Pixel adventure for the past week or two? Have you looked into Pixel accessories, i.e. a case? Yes, though I'm still tossed up as to whether or not I'm going to hold on to the Pixel 2 XL or the 2. I don't know if I'm going to hold on to both or keep just one over the other. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question. I definitely can't afford both. I got both because I wasn't sure which one, I might like more. I don't yet know. But as far as accessories go, I do have the cases on order. So I could save a lot of money by returning one, that's for sure. And even some people have returned one of their Pixels already because they kind of took this, they thought they would go down the path of getting one of them, and then it turns out that they were disappointed, at least by seeing the reviews, potentially, of the Pixel 2 XL specifically. I'll get into that, when I start talking about the Pixel 2 XL specifically, most likely tomorrow. But I just found, rediscovered this camera company, not really camera company, sorry, let me clarify that, a lens company that's here in Seattle, and it's named Moments. And so last night, Moments, not Moments, my bad, Moments on Twitter or on YouTube, and I was watching their video. They make these lenses with this case for all the devices, including the Pixel 2s. And I'm like, really? So I'm like watching the video. I'm like, dang, dude, like a basically a wide angle lens and a macro lens and other lenses. I'm like, wow, these things are really, really nice. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I realized they're in Seattle. So of course I leave a comment. I'm like, how did I not know you were in Seattle? So they said, yeah, let's connect. We've got some hardware for you. So it looks like possibly I'm going to be getting some Moment lenses to go with the Pixels. And I can't wait because I haven't tried anything like those in years. Like the last phone lens clip I used was kind of a toy. It was not that great. It did not make the photos better. But this looks like a professional outfit that have been helping produce products, accessories for the Pixels, or for a range of smartphones. I wouldn't say just the Pixels, but the fact that they are going to be Pixel 2 compatible with their cases makes me happy because it's like, oh, I can answer the case question and I can answer the accessory question and potentially use both. So if I happen to like the case, then I would use that case and then potentially send back the cloth cases that I ordered from Google. Because why have two cases? I would probably be inclined to keep that one Pixel case if I had the attachments and I would want to use the attachments on a regular basis, at least outright. Because I'm not a kind of guy who swaps phone cases all that often. I like getting a case and sticking with it, like this one that I even used on my iPhone 7 Plus. Is Google Home arriving tomorrow as well? Asks Neil Stapleton in Discord. No, not yet. Have I used them before? No, I have not. But I believe I'll be getting the redeem code within a few weeks after holding on to the Google Pixel or the Google Pixels. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hold both of them. I don't know if I'll hold one of them. We will see. I don't have an answer to that question, unfortunately. I won't have an answer to that question until possibly tomorrow. I don't think it's magically just going to show up in the box. You got to get a little redeem code, and they'll give it to you. You have previously expressed concerns about Internet of Things devices. What has your experience in more recent times? Most of them are junk. I have to do a video screenshot here. So everyone smile for the thumbnail. Wait, is that right? Yeah. This moment of silence brought to you by the thumbnail we just did. Sorry, I should have let chat kind of wait to catch up. They're all smiling. They're not typing right now. That's what was happening back there. So, honestly, I don't see the value in a lot of them. Like, it got silly. Like, really, I need a smart plant feeder? Okay. Really, I need a smart refrigerator? Okay. Really? Most of them just create more tech support nightmares instead of actually solving a problem. Like my thermostats, not connected at all. Not online. Don't want them online. Because honestly, I can control everything manually, and I don't worry about it because I just don't. We have effectively saved a lot of money in our power bill because of the choices that I've made for this home. And I don't see how the technology is going to make it any quote-unquote smarter. Plus, the array of issues you see throughout social, you don't have to look very hard to see why smart homes are usually a dumb idea. Well, there we go. There's part of our topics for today. For the title is phone cases, smartphone cases, and smart home things. There's two keywords right there. Charlie Michael comes in with the next super chat. Thank you, Charlie, for the super chat. Says, why Star Wars over Star Trek? Well, I guess it comes down to a personal preference. I don't mind Star Trek. I like Star Trek. I really want to watch the new one, but I'm not willing to pay for it. I'm getting my Star Trek fix with the Orville. It's very Star Trek-y. But I just never really got into Star Trek at all. But back then, when I was a kid, the newest Star Trek was either in movie theaters, and I enjoyed watching Star Trek, or it was the classic series. And I never really liked it. It was cheesy. Even back then, it was cheesy to me. And I liked Star Wars. There was just something about it. Don't know why. Couldn't explain why, but it's just how I was built, I guess. We've got another super chat from Michael Tristan. He says, hey, Chris, here's more support for the fund. Thank you, Michael. Every little bit counts. You believe it or not, and when I say that, every individual matters. Every person, every supporter really does matter in terms of what it is that I'm able to do. Talked about it in the podcast last night as well. Santiago Hinojosa comes in with a super chat. No question, though. So if you have a question, Santiago, please let me know. David Stevens with another super chat. He says, don't buy into the Note 8 hype. Oh, slapping down some controversy here. Samsung has a long way to go regarding software performance and system updates. People are fawning over the design. So that's how I feel. I was I don't know what website it was, but I was reading the website, and it says this is the reason why no one wants the iPhone 8. I'm like, what? Okay, so I'm like, I look, and then there's a picture of the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, and in the middle was the iPhone 10, and that was the headline, right? To tease people to say they all want the iPhone 10 because it looks futuristic and everything else looks horrible. I'm like, okay, no. I mean, I don't mind design. I mean, I like. I mean, as far as hardware goes, like this is it's functional. This is not. This would never be incredibly off-putting to me. The LG V30 actual hardware design, but mind you, I wasn't necessarily put off by the Nexus design, the 6P that I've got here. There have been very few phones that I've been put off by in terms of their design, and that usually boils down to color. I am a black smartphone guy. I'm a black gadget guy. If they made an iMac that was all black on the front, I would love it. And I know they did, but I can't afford it. I would rather have the black keyboard, but I can't because it only comes with that other iMac that I'm not going to get. I prefer that for my devices. I just very clean, very monochromatic, very simple, very straightforward. And I realize that for others, it's commonplace, and they want something that's a splash of color. Not me. Even my cases, I prefer to be, monochromatic. Specifically black. I prefer black cases. I know why people are recommending Samsung or the Note 8. I will still take a look at it and chase it down, if only because I know people are asking over and over and over again. But, it's not going to win any points for me for having its design, and it's not going to win any points for me just simply for having features. Some features are very, very useful, no doubt about it. But it's all about that execution. Oh, Moha Bukhari just joined Discord, so welcome. I like when they do that during the live TLDR broadcasts. It's easy to do. Become either a patron or a sub of mine on Twitch, and they can start chatting right away. Kamicat86 asks, have you used any of the cable replacements like YouTube TV or Sling TV? Not outright, no. Haven't really felt compelled. I have YouTube Red, and I'm fine with that, quite honestly. Let's see here. Had a 2-hour review of every Android phone Verizon sells from my buddy who's the general manager of Verizon, and the Pixel 2 is it. Oh, Pixel 2 XL is it. What does that mean, really? Uh-oh. Did I miss question 232 from Tony? I apologize, Tony. Riku Kujala, or Kuhala, asks in YouTube chat, how's the 6P? Is it still worth buying? Maybe is my answer. I'd be more inclined to push you to an original Pixel if you're looking for a lower cost Android device because it's just newer. Over the 6P. The 6P still works, though. The one thing I'm looking for, anybody got any recommendations for a solid weather app, like an awesome weather app for Android? I mean, I've tried a few of the top ones, like Weather Underground. Not sure I like it. I saw some issues on the Nexus 6P. I could pay for it, but I'd rather, I don't mind paying for a weather app, but the free version was kind of like weird. I don't want to have ads in my app, so I'll be happy to pay for them. I'm trying WeatherBug right now, but not sure if I like the interface as much. I've been looking for a good weather app that adds the weather icon in the status bar, kind of like Google Now does sometimes, at least with the launcher. And then also maybe a status update, like in the what do they call it? What do they call the top menu bar thingy? I don't know what they call that. I gotta get used to it though. But I'm looking for a better weather app. Personally, I just haven't found one. Android Storm is what someone just recommended. Vartan K says, Chris won't give up iPhone driver. Guaranteed. Oh, Vartan. Tell you what, if I do, you owe me something. I wanted to also tell you, I'm not running the Pixel launcher. This is actually pretty cool. Question 532 from Tony. This dovetails into what I was going to tell you. Do you think iPhones should support custom launchers? I've really really like the idea. I talked about that a while ago. It would be fantastic to see in iOS 12 as a possibility. I think, opening it up to third parties would do the iPhone a lot of good. I'll take a look at the, it's called the status bar. Okay, the status bar and then all these icons. But I want to show you, this is called, it's not launcher, it is a launcher. But look at this. What is it? PYKL3 radar is very fancy and technical. I don't want fancy, I want clean, elegant, simple. Maybe a home screen widget, status bar, icon thing. Just elegant. Weather Underground's not bad. I'd probably end up sticking with it. Oh, it's $1.99 a year? Weather Timeline. Okay, that's the second recommendation I've seen for Weather Timeline. There's our third subject, Liz. Weather apps. So this, you gotta check it out. So I'm on my Nexus 6P. Look, I can swipe down from the middle of the screen and get to the status bar. You see that? I can also swipe up and get to my app drawer. I can also change the density of the... I'm getting jelly effect when I scroll there. The icon density. I can also, keep this Google icon there at the top. I can also make it look like the Pixel. I can also change the default icon shape. It's called Lawn Chair. Lawn Chair. So it's really neat, honestly, because it brings a lot of the Pixel types of experience to non-Pixels. It's not quite Oreo compatible, they say. It's still in beta, but it is available right now in the Google Play Store. Previously, it was just on the XDA developers forums, and I'm not big into side-loading apps or anything, but they just put it on the Google Play Store and in beta, and it's solid. It's crashed a few times, but I'm like, dang, dude, like this would get me to switch from Nova Launcher. If it was maybe just a bit more stable, certainly I would appreciate that. But yeah, it's called Lawn Chair. You got to check it out. Not perfect, but I'd expect that it's going to get better. I wish I could just turn off certain things and keep other things, but it's still just a little buggy. You have to do a few different things to get things working. A few different things to get things working. I think that made sense to what I was saying. We got another super chat from JSal1993. Best life advice for someone in their 20s. I would say, be yourself. Find happiness sooner rather than later. That's the best way to do it. I really feel that you've got to go that direction with life sooner rather than later. Find your happiness. I don't know what that is. It's different for everybody. Moha Bokhari says this Apple TV 4K drops frames like an Android gingerbread. Yeah, no doubt. It does for me as well. I'm not saying it's perfect at all, but navigation may be a little smoother, but it's definitely not amazing. iOS needs a lot of tweaking. All right, let me try these weather apps. I'm just curious. Let's see here. What was the one? Storm, STORM. All right, we'll look at this one. Ew. Don't know about that icon. That icon kind of looks janktacular. But let's install it. Contains ads. I don't want ads. Can I upgrade? Can I pay for it to remove the ads? And then timeline. Whether timeline was also recommended here. Do you feel me when I say that? Do you feel me when I say I'd just rather pay for something rather than deal with ads? It's why I love YouTube Red. Okay, weather timeline. Okay, let's see about this one. Oh, that does look kind of neat. It's $1.49 though, so I can't try it before buying it. That's somewhat of a challenge. It does look clean though. I'll give it that. Weather time. Yeah, that was it. Weather forecast. Yeah, I'd have to buy it. That's the problem. Is I want to try it, and then I'm willing to buy it. But if I can't, then what's the point? I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to keep looking. Thank you, everybody, though. Tony Yoon asks questions 532. Do you think? Oh, I just answered that question. The Lil Tank 4901 says yes. I don't know why it was yes, but I think that handle is new to me. So if you just joined Discord, thank you. Christopher Bonara says buy it then return it. That's kind of weird. I don't know I don't know how easy that whole process is. You can just click refund if you don't like it. Oh, I don't know. Transparent clock and weather can buy to get no ads, or YR free to use no ads, but it may be simple. Is my go-to weather apps. YR, yeah, YR. That's the name of it. All right, hang on just a second. Okay, so I'm going to search for YR. YR weather widget. I'm not seeing a YR. Not seeing a Y. Oh, there we go. NRK. Boy, it's got a lot of users. Everyone. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we'll try that one. Over 1 million downloads. That's pretty good. And then you also recommended transparent clock. Transparent weather widget? Clock and weather. Oh, there we go. Transparent clock and weather. Yeah, I guess I did see that one. That's got 10 million downloads. But you said that I could effectively upgrade it. Okay. I'm trying all the weather widgets. All of them. Neil Stapleton uses the BBC weather app. For sure. So yes, Beating Cheetah mentions that he gave up rooting in custom ROMs when he switched to the Pixel. I never engaged with them. Let me scroll up here as well because I saw another question from Voodoo. Says, any initial thoughts on ZTE Axon M? Isn't that the foldable phone? I mentioned it briefly yesterday, but I'm not sure if it's even worth mentioning briefly at all. Period. End of story. Blech. Flavius Julianus asks, where can you press refund? I have no idea. I just, I know how I feel about a lot of this kind of thing, and I'd rather just do it my way. There's so many options, though. So many, which is nice. I'm just looking for something clean and simple. I mean, even the one that's baked in to Android in the Pixel, certainly, I think will be suitable outright. Because I really like the original Pixel launcher with the weather, 61 degrees Fahrenheit up there, and the date underneath it. That's nice. I like that. So I may end up just sticking with it over everything else. The one thing that kind of annoys me is that the chiclet for Google search is it's got rounded corners, and especially on the Pixel XL or 2XL, like it's got different kinds of rounded corners. Like it's like almost like a circle bubble rather than rounded corner rectangle bubble. I was under the belief that there may be a pending update to that Google search widget on the desktop that would allow you to configure color and shape and everything, but I haven't seen any updated released. Spinning Cheetah says, Redeem is in the Google Play Store right next to the uninstall button. Interesting. Michael Tristan asks, Chris, will you ever bring back live calls for TLDR? It's possible to do. Maybe through the podcast app on anchor.fm. Anchor.fm/Chris Pirillo is where you can listen to the podcast, or at least find out where you can get it. Yeah, you should be listening to the podcast. I don't know if we're going to do live calls again this way, because sometimes you just don't know what's going to come through. So I'd rather vet them. So if you are inclined, maybe we can go that route. Maybe you can call in by way of Anchor, anchor.fm/Chris Pirillo. Of course, listen to the stuff that I'm publishing there. Follow me there, of course. And then maybe we just do the call-ins there because I have a chance to listen to them beforehand, to like take out the ahs and the ums and not, or just winnow down the options so that someone's asking a question clearly, or not wasting time. I don't have a call screener, and so I'd rather not do that. Ernesto Avilés on YouTube says, Chris, you should try SwiftKey keyboard. Best keyboard I've ever used for Android. I'm not into third-party stuff, and quite honestly, Gboard makes me happy. I don't mind the Gboard at all. At least on Android. It is more than suitable. In fact, Kenneth Aretham basically agrees. He says, stock Gboard is pretty nice, in my opinion. All right, let's see here. We're going to open YR. Okay, the weather where you are, yes. Oh, God. Okay, it's written in German. No, is that Dutch? What is that? Okay. Yes. New for this version. Oh, okay. I gotta change the units. Because I'm not centigrade. Can I change the units? I can't. So apparently this YR is not going to work for me. Because I don't know Celsius or centigrade. I think in Fahrenheit. Oh man, that was a pretty decent one though. I'll give you that. That was decent. All right, transparent clock and weather. Let's see here. Loading weather data. Okay, I like the weather in the bar. I like the icon. That's clean. Don't know. That's not. I don't know if I like the design of the app. Okay, that's not going to work for me. I'll delete these afterwards. All right, let's try Storm. Y'all said Storm, right? Storm Radar from the Weather Channel. Is that it? Storm? Is that really? Is that it? Okay, let's go with the dark. Ooh, I like the fact that I can choose a dark. Dark mode. Got it. Click anywhere on the map. Okay, am I going to see something in the status bar settings? Include future and animation? I don't know. I'm not seeing the weather in the status bar, though, for Storm. Yeah, I don't know. So far, I keep going back to Weather Underground at this point. If I want a third-party app, and then I could pay for it outright. None of those pass muster for me. Flockton just joined the chat. Thank you. I hope you don't mind me talking about weather apps. I mean, at one point in time, I thought I wanted to be a weather person. A weatherman on TV. No joke. True story about Chris Pirillo. True story. Very true story. So incredibly true. So true, it'll make your head spin. But thank you for our, whatever recommendations you've been tossing at me. I'm going to, continue to try to work on something that'll work for me. Yahoo Weather makes me nervous because it plays ads. I don't want ads in my apps, period, end of story. At least, there are ways around, this kind of situation with ads in your apps and what have you. But I'd rather just pay for the app outright, personally. Everyone's kind of missed that point. Chris, did you notice performance drop on the iMac with High Sierra? I'm planning to downgrade. No, Moha Bakari, I did not. Nothing egregious. I'll gift you Weather Timeline if that's possible. Really? I don't think I don't think you can gift apps. You can do it on iTunes. I don't know if can you gift apps on Google Play? I guess it's possible. I don't know. Liz reminds me to let you know that we do get gift cards on iOS and Android by way of go.tagjag.com/free points. That's how I would convert some of my free points to effectively Google Play codes. That's how I've been able to get Google Play Music for free, YouTube Red for free, is I use gift cards that I earn there. So I get my Google Play stuff for free. I get most of my iTunes stuff for free as well. I mean, I pay for it with gift cards, but I earn those gift cards. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm willing to pay for it. It's not a big deal. It's just that I'd rather know what it is that I would be getting. Flavius Juliana says, I forgot what it was like to see ads. Yeah, me too. I have to be very careful, especially with trackers. Trackers bother me more than anything. I just learned about uBlock Origin, and there's even a Safari extension for uBlock Origin, although it seems to be out of date. It is on GitHub, and you can get the latest version there, and it's open source. And it seems to be very, very CPU efficient, very resource efficient, which is quite nice. So I'm going to be trying that at some point in the very near future. And I'm hopeful that it'll solve a few of the problems that I've run into. Shoes Polo in Discord chat asks, do you have interest besides Star Wars and tech? Well, first of all, I'm not interested in tech. I do have to say, I have to clarify that. I have an understanding of it, and I acknowledge that it exists, and I know I've attained a great amount of experience in working with consumer electronics, specifically in relation to experiences within consumer electronics in that whole industry. But it's not an interest. I have to be very clear about that. If I have an interest in tech, it's specifically not in what tech is, but in what tech does. So it's more about the application of it. And I think there's a misunderstanding that I'm interested in the tool outright. I'm not. I'm interested in what the tool does. What it enables, these experiences. Technology to me is an enabler, not necessarily a destination. And I'd rather. That's why in the Chris Pirillo YouTube channel, the main one, I guess, I would rather talk extensively about topics that are interesting to me, certainly, and that dive a little deeper than just on the surface stuff. It's why I don't usually get caught up in the news, and if I feel I have something to say that's unique, that I haven't necessarily said before, at least in the same capacity, that's usually when I'm ready to sit down. Like, I feel sometimes like, if I can't talk about something for 5 minutes, it may not be worth, talking about, apart from certain one-off types of videos. Billy Vanderback also says Dark Sky for Android. I tried Dark Sky for iOS. I don't know if I liked it very much. It was okay. Ernesto Avilés says you can gift an app. You can't gift an app on Android, but you can send someone a gift card. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I earn gift cards on go.tagjag.com/free points. Let me see here. Do I still have? I don't even think I have it installed anymore. I just didn't like the interface. It was fine, but hang on. Let me search for it again. Dark Sky, because I'd assume it's the same thing. And I paid for it too. Oh, I guess I do have it installed. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know if it's gonna suit me. Maybe if I had maybe I'll look into it. Maybe. I never got the daily summaries either. Like, I asked for daily summaries and it never came in. Don't need to worry about precipitation in Seattle because just assume it's always raining. Oh, man. Chris likes iOS weather. No, Chris doesn't. Vartan K thinks that he knows everything. See, this is the type of person you usually have to deal with in YouTube comments. I'm very happy to say that out of the 113 people here watching right now, we only have one of them. He was the same guy you may note that said he's never going to switch from an iPhone. Boy, what kind of life do you have to say something like that about somebody else? I don't know. KamiCat86 in Discord chat says, could we see any Lego videos at some point? It's been a while since I've done it. I don't know if I'd necessarily do one again, apart from maybe doing TLDR and a Lego brick build at the same time. The only way I'd be able to do that is if I had someone here with me. That may happen soon. Liz may be coming to Seattle, or at least she should. Where are the details for the Creator Advocate weekend workshop, Liz? I know, she's been busy. She's been heads down. Everybody cut her some slack. She has been, but, like, we should have some details soon. I'm just a smiling face. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messengers. See? Look, see? Working nonstop. You see what I'm saying? I'd say she's working her fingers to the bone, but that's disgusting. I don't want to think about that. But, should she come here again, she'd probably sit in the background and be basically reading questions from Discord as well as from YouTube if they're deemed, worthwhile questions. It's kind of neat how that might happen. Because then I'd be able to do something else with my hands instead of having to concentrate on 3 different things. Speeding Cheetah mentions Fall Creators update failed to install on my desktop, just like the first Creators update for a while. Yeah, apparently a lot of people have had an issue with it. I have not yet booted up or felt the need to boot up an old Surface Pro. I think I have a Surface Pro 2. I've lost count. They're up to Surface Pro 5 now. That I know of. I'm not in line to get a review unit. So, yeah. Flockton says, or asks, have you ever jailbroken your iPhone? Nope, didn't want to do it, even back then. It was really funny, because every time someone was talking about, look, I jailbroke my iPhone, and look what I can do, I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and then their phone rebooted. I'm like, okay. That was every experience I ever witnessed with jailbreaking ended that way. Someone bragging about a feature, and then the phone crashing. I'm like, good luck with that. JSal1993 asks a question in Super Chat on YouTube. Thank you, JSal1993. Hi, Chris. How important is a good balance between features and ability to adjust an experience versus a clean and simple one on a smartphone? See here. So let me try to clarify. A balance between features and an ability to adjust an experience versus a clean and simple one on the smartphone. So I think it's all about execution. That's what it comes down to for me. It's never the feature, it's the execution. It's how it works, not what it is. That is a huge deal for me. It's a deal breaker, actually, for me. I know that when I see a feature and I really want to use it, like, for example, weather apps, when we're talking about weather apps, If I go to, try an app, it's a weather app, right? That's a feature. It shows the weather. Oh, look, it shows the weather in the status bar. But they use a crappy icon. I'm like, I don't really want to look at that. It drags down the entire experience. Can I change the icon? No. Okay, so I'm missing a feature. At least if I could change the icon and there was a better icon pack, I could, try to mitigate it. So, it's finding something that works for you. And I would just say, even if you consider yourself someone who goes for features over implementation, think really hard about changing that focus. And suddenly your own bar will get raised. Suddenly, instead of seeing every phone as the same, you will weed out a lot of bozos. Things that you don't want. Because they have the features. They pack in the features, but the implementation's half-assed. So I really want to encourage you to start thinking that way. Not just about the feature, but how it was done. How it was executed. That's just critical to me in terms of the importance. Because it achieves a level of enjoyment that otherwise you would not see. Just because it works doesn't mean it's working well. Just because it works doesn't mean it's nice to look at. Just because it's clean doesn't mean it's simple. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it was done well. So, this is all talking around user experience, man. Very difficult to see this kind of thing on a spec sheet, which I think has got a lot of these typical tech reviewers tripping up. They don't know how to peg the pixel. Like, they can only complain because, oh, it looks boring. Okay, since when was that a metric? I'll take boring and well done over exciting and not well done. I don't need the razzle dazzle. This is not Chicago, okay? Another great musical, by the way, if you've never watched it. Fantastic, right up there in I would say top 5. It's difficult to pick my top ones. It'd probably be in top 5. Certainly in top 10. I don't know if I have a number 1, though. I've enjoyed so many musicals. Haven't even seen all the musicals, either. I'm not a musical fiend. But, I did see a question that popped up in chat, but unfortunately scrolled off. But someone else, I think, who may have just joined chat here, Rona Rivera, says, used to do daily vlogs. I know you still post clips of your life on Geek Family Fun. That is true, the YouTube channel, and geekfamilyfun.com. One reason was to have a record to look back on for Jedi Look Back. Do you still record everything but not edit and publish? Yeah, apparently someone we connected with in London. London. Did we get a picture together? Post it in Discord. You can post pictures here. You gotta make it small though, so it doesn't scroll off. But we don't necessarily. Diana takes more clips of Jedi than I do, and I'm very grateful for that. And we save a lot of those. They're not necessarily every one of them worth saving. I wanted to do more videos with Jedi and did for a brief while when it was Star Wars stuff with her. The Geek Family Fun, is more that general experience. I'd like to do another live Geek Family Fun when we can. Like, we'll eat dinner with everybody. We'll have dinner together and it'll be Jedi and me, and we're sitting down and we're interacting and we're eating. You can have a vegan dinner with the Pirillo family on geekfamilyfun.com. So, yeah, I don't know what the answer to that is, but, it's nice to have recorded videos as prolifically as we have. I don't regret changing how we, went about things, because I certainly, appreciated having basically a year break from doing it, giving myself a chance to reset with the blogs. JHockey17 asks, what is your favorite classic game franchise? I don't know if I have one. I've liked so many of them. I liked, playing Mario. I was never a fanatic. I only played 2 vintage or classic or retro Zelda games, the first 2. I have enjoyed Ms. Pac-Man more than Pac-Man, but I've enjoyed Pac-Man. I'm not sure if I've got a favorite. I enjoy them all. Honestly, it would be very difficult for me to say what my favorite one is. Element7 says, did you read the article on BGR saying iPhone X's most exciting feature was its screen? So that, to me, I think that's the article I was talking about. That may have been on BGR. I'm like, really? Okay. That's really funny. Someone asked if I blocked him on the channel. I shouldn't have. If I have, I can correct it. Sometimes it happens on accident. Believe it or not, it ain't a perfect system, man. Ryan Pestricella asks, hey Chris, if you were to get a fleet of ships in the Star Wars saga for your desk display from TLDR, what would they be and what episodes would they be from? Oh man, I'd probably go with all like the TIE fighters, like the TIE fighter, TIE interceptor, like the Hot Wheels stuff. I've got them over here too. I like the Hot Wheels, like the TIE fighters. TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor, I think the Infiltrator came out as well on the in the Hot Wheels series, but I always like the design. The TIE Striker, Kylo Ren's got a new TIE Fighter as well. Is that the TIE Striker? What was the one from Rogue One? I can't remember what that one was. But yeah, I've enjoyed all of those. The TIE Fighters, I would say that would be the fleet of ships for me. The TIEs, the Imperials, really. I'm always very happy with the Imperials. CamiCat86 asks, Chris, still happy with the new glasses? Very much so. I don't know, still don't know if I like their look on my face outright. And I'm sorry for sitting back here and relaxing into this, but I like how I'm able to see more than anything. I appreciate too. Like I'll be sitting in front of the computer and then I'll like look this way, and the tint changes. The anti-blue or the reflective blue coating is just, I guess, on the upper part. You can see the blue reflection of the light there in the lens to reflect or basically reject the blue light from screens that don't have like night mode turned on or whatever. So I really appreciate that. Everything's been clearer, crisper. I've only had a few issues that I'd normally have anyway, seeing things up close sometimes. If I need to see something up close. But generally speaking, it's been fantastic for me. Yeah, see that's too busy. That's too much information. I just need something clean, simple, effective. That's like, dude, I don't want to carry around a weather phone, man. Kenneth didn't even notice I swapped glasses. That's what I'm saying. They're different. Slightly taller, slightly shorter, or in width. But I just got an email, it's funny, from an agency today saying, hey, we've got a client that, wants to see if you want to try their glasses. And I'm like, why did you not, message me, a week ago? You could have saved me $100. So I followed up with them, because I said, sure, I'll give it a shot. I like these that you've got here, and maybe I'll try your sunglasses. And then I'll get my prescription in the sunglasses. So I'll have sunglasses with my new prescription, if I am able to work that out. And so you'll stay tuned for that, and I'll showcase them too. I'll say, check this out. Look at my sunglasses, and I'm cool, Chris. When I wear my sunglasses, because otherwise I don't wear sunglasses. I haven't worn sunglasses in years, because that was the last time I had the prescription lenses. Trying to find a shade that works well, that covers the lenses, that doesn't look horrible, is a bit of a challenge. Let's see here. Speeding Cheetah says, when is Jedi going to get her own live podcast? Soon. She's actually, she's enjoying picking up the mic and talking and singing when I plug it into the amplifier. She gets a kick out of it. But the moment I start recording her, she gets really shy. And if I could explain to her what it was I was doing, then I think she'd catch on. She sits in front of that microphone behind my computer here, and she'll talk or sing and talk, but she doesn't necessarily know that the phone itself is a microphone. So if I start using it as the microphone, I think she'll start to understand a little more. It just has to look like a microphone for her to talk in an uninhibited fashion. And then, of course, keep her on a topic. I think the best bet is really doing a live video stream. She understands that in context, and then just, enjoying that. We've got another question here, an old question, really. Chris Malfinch asks on YouTube, do you think 3D TV will ever be more than just a gimmick? Nope, don't. Not going to happen. It's interesting, but yeah. Shane Kari asks, any thoughts regarding the Pixel 2 screen? I am so glad you asked, because it was in yesterday's TLDR. As Pez Liz pointed out. Thank you, Pez Liz. Sorry. Her name's not Pez. Although if you meet her, just call her Pez. She totally loves that. Loves it. That's her name. Pez. Liz is her last name. Pez is her first name. She was sued by the Pez company years ago for that. She was told that she wouldn't use it. She won the lawsuit. No, that last part's not true. But it is true that her name is Pez. CamiCat86 in Discord chat asks, will we get a follow-up on Jibo? Possibly. I've got a content calendar from them, as you have seen. That sponsored video went into our YouTube channel, the youtube.com/Chris Pirillo channel. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do another video with it. It's been a lot of fun. Jose Pedro Silva asks, how has Essential Phone been treating you? Been fine. I've got one. Here's the thing. Help me think of a use case for that 360-degree camera. I think I can stream YouTube Live 360. It maybe if my home office was a bit cleaner, I probably have to clean it here soon. I'd be better off doing it, in here, and maybe I'll have to clean it up and then do a 360 cam from here. But I want to do a 360-degree camera video and then upload it to YouTube. What do you think? I would rather do something more dynamic, like with Jedi and having fun, maybe playing in the park. Something that's a lot more interesting than just me in the chair here. I thought about doing something where we're driving and then Diana can maybe hold up the camera in a certain way, and then you can see 360 degrees as we're driving. It may get you car sick though. Maybe that'll be what we do, and then we'll talk about something. Yeah, I think that'll work. We're about to do a drive here in another little while. Rocky C says, my Pixel 2 XL just arrived. Super excited. I am so jealous, Rocky. What do you think about the screen? That's everybody's question. Oh, I see I got a couple of new Twitch followers. Cool. That's good to know because we are going to be subscribing everybody. If you want to subscribe. No, we're going to be podcasting on the Twitch profile after this broadcast. So if you're watching me and you want to ask questions, you want to continue the interactivity, head over to twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo, because right after this live broadcast, I'm going to be broadcasting the simulcast of the podcast recording. Answering questions, pretty much just in audio form. That video will not stay around. It'll get deleted. But the podcast, of course, will stay around. I would hope you would join us there. And, of course, while you're there, sub. Just like a couple of people did even during this live broadcast. And here's the thing. We are so close. We are so close. I will not stop. I want to get to 1,000 subs. I mean, it'd be crazy to have 1,000 people in Discord chat. It could happen. But let's see here. Where are we right now? Let me synchronize the server. Sometimes it's not as immediate as I'd like it to be. Let's see here. We'll go here. Looking at Discord server, integrations, 95 subscribers as of 20 minutes ago. 95 subscribers. 5 more. We only need 5 more subs to get to 100 subs. Wait, hang on. 96. So thank you all 96 subscribers. You're now synchronized to participate in Discord. All the patrons get instant access. You can be a patron and a sub. Patreon.com/Chris Pirillo and Twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. Easy to do. The biggest benefit, the biggest bonus is chat's open 24/7. And there are plenty of nerds and geeks in here to talk about normal things, not just geeky things. So that's there for you. Not just for me, but for you. So thank you, everybody, for doing just that. Oh, Rocky says, I'm heading over to Twitch to be a sub, or do you prefer Patreon? Either or, dude. And thank you for the super chat. Again, Rocky, and all your support. Even though I've messed up your last name more times than I can count. It's Rocky C. Just like the letter C, which is also for cookie. I don't know if you knew that. It's true. It is also for cookie. It's completely up to you. Patreon, you will have the extra bonus where you'll get the TLDR broadcast as an audio podcast. If that's interesting to you, Patreon will work. The problem is that Patreon doesn't manage things very well. I don't know if everybody who's pledged is necessarily active on Patreon at this stage. It's really kind of messed up. Patreon's kind of really messed up. Twitch has been pretty straightforward, pretty outright. This works. It's absolute. It's actually kind of nice. I don't know if I have a preference one over the other. I would say Patreon if you would want to pledge more than $5 a month. If 5 is a good number for you, Twitch is just fine. Continuing to be a super chatter works just as well. I'm fine in whatever support you would want to be able to offer. T-Tom60 says, are we going to see a tour of the workshop anytime soon like we used to get years ago? I thought about it, the Play Shop tour. Maybe you'll get your appetite whet when I do a 360-degree video. I'll have to basically clear everything out that needs to get put away and then do the video from the Essential. That'll be the office tour. So it'll be talking about some topic. I don't know what it'll be. and then doing a tour where you can kind of spin the you can spin around and see what's going on. I don't know where I'll position it either, because I don't know in everything that I've got here, equipment, you'd be able to see everything from this particular position. Sammy Senpai says, tried the Pixel launcher with the live wallpapers on the V30 to get a representation of what the Pixel 2 XL will be. No, not outright. I'm inclined to use dark wallpapers on the Pixel, if only to get the dark theme for the app drawer as well as the status bar. We'll see, though. Yeah, so far so good, Flavius. In our Discord chat, everybody's been fantastic, honestly. The only thing about subscribing to me on Twitch through Amazon Prime, it's okay to do, but every month you may have to do it again. You have to manually re-up. So you'll lose access to Discord instantaneously. If your sub lapses, you'll lose access immediately. And then you'll, what happened? That's what happened. I didn't take it away necessarily. You know, that's not for me. Tony Yoon says, how about doing a 360 of the cleanup? No. I mean, it's like, you know, I have to show, you know, you'd have to see this in this. I mean, things I have to put away and even, you know, unbox, really. This is what I'd like to do if Liz can get here soon. I've got the Lego Ninjago minifigures, the series of minifigures. Haven't seen the movie, haven't really gotten into the fandom yet, but hang on. Michael Naseby says, I'm on Patreon, but have a Discord link. It's in there. The directions are on Patreon, Michael. If you search on Patreon for Discord, it'll tell you how to get to Discord from Patreon. And I know you are, because Michael, I answered your question yesterday. Hang on. Give me a second. Do you have another YouTube channel? Yeah, it's youtube.com/Chris Pirillo. So, yeah, I got my Lego Ninjago minifigures that I've got to unbag. And then we'll do a TLDR maybe while I'm unbagging them. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? Okay, here, let me type in the other YouTube chat, or the YouTube channel. There we go. Pretty easy. I think I've said everything I needed to say right now. I don't think we have too many other questions, unless we do. You know, I definitely want to try to be very mindful of your time. And I know that spending an hour with me can, you know, sometimes be a challenge. And I certainly appreciate anybody who would effectively stay over from TLDR to move over to Twitch, not just to sub, but specifically to interact during the podcast stream. You know, I do see another question, though, and if you don't mind, I'll answer it here. Shane Carr, he even gave a pronunciation of his name, thank you. That does help. He says, I'm switching over to Android, largely based on your thoughts regarding Wear. You know, it's pretty interesting. I've seen a few people, you know, do the same thing. In fact, I tried to make it a point in today's video. As much as I wanted to title the video something different, I wanted to title the iPhone killed itself. That's the title I wanted to go with. But unfortunately, I couldn't do that because I would be not advertiser friendly. And that would be sad. So I'm definitely careful about titles, and Liz and I went back and forth, and we finally figured something out. But, you know, it's important that you just accept Android for what it is. Is everything going to be equivalent? No. But, you know, in my estimation, the best, from my perspective, the best move to make if you're moving from iOS to Android, and this is at a distance, I reserve the right to change my mind. But I believe the best move to make is not, and I realize people are going to disagree with this, not from iOS to Android, but specifically from iPhone to a Pixel. And I say that very carefully because it's Google's take on what Android could be, and I really like it. They've tripled down on the experience in a way that I don't think I've seen from you know, Apple, you know, for a number of years. And that, I think, is critical to a general experience. Now, in terms of finding software, you know, I haven't downloaded or used a software, a weather app on iOS outright. I've been, you know, pretty well served with it so far, but I know what it is that I would be looking for or hoping to find. I will find something inevitably, or, you know, just deal with what's there. You know, there are no perfect solutions, but just see that platform for what it is. Accept that new platform for what it is. And I think I'll be doing a few videos on this topic outright in the other YouTube channel, talking about, you know, that you know, why everyone should switch from an iPhone to a Pixel. I have a feeling that's a video I'm going to do. That's where my head's at. I gotta tell you, I'm going right into it, you know, with that intention. And I will underscore it, but like people have got to understand it's time to wake up from this haze that the iPhone is the only valid option. It's not that I don't like the Galaxy phones, Dowd Jones. I'm not sure how to say your name, but it's not what drove me to the iPhone. Everything that other OEMs have offered is not what would drive me away. It's not the features, it's the implementation. And software experience is number one. If you miss the software experience of iOS, to me, at a distance, the iPhone delivers. If you're looking for features, I mean, then you can definitely look at, the other array of phones in the Android ecosystem. Where should you back up your Pixel 2 XL? SkyCop 70, I think Android's got a backup feature built in. Like, you can back it up to your Google thing. I don't know. I haven't done it extensively, and I don't know if it works exactly the same way. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I'd imagine it would, certainly get better over time, but I haven't, gone through that process outright. I've never felt the need to do that. But I do feel the need to move on. I am going to head over to twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. Thank you for following me there. I'll do another synchronization with Twitch and Discord here in a moment. So we'll potentially have new Discord chatters during the broadcast. I'll see you there, or I'll see you at another time. I love you. I appreciate you. At this point, however, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.